Hi, in this video I want to talk to you about structuring your week's workouts. Now I'm talking about a week, but it could be that for you, based on your circumstances, that a 10-day cycle or a fortnightly cycle might be more appropriate and more manageable for you. If that's the case, then just use what I've put in this video to help you adapt, because the principles are the same really, thinking about how you're going to structure your workouts in a week. Now, there's a lot of questions that I want you to think about. So these are key points to consider when you're thinking about your workout. So first of all, how much time do you think you're going to need to recover at the end of one run before you then go and do another run? And this might change over time as you become fitter and healthier. And we'll cover more of this in the next module. How far are you going to go on each run? So think about the amount of time that you're going to want to run for, or how much distance you want to cover. What will be your objective for the run? So we've talked a lot in this module 3, about all the different kinds of run there are. So you want to be thinking about what it is that your goal is, what you're aiming to be able to do, and what are the best sessions to help you achieve that. So every time you go out for a run, even if it's just a case of, right, my objective today is just to get some fresh air and enjoy being outside. That's fine. If that's your objective, that's absolutely fine. Or I want to be able to run continuously for 10 minutes or 30 minutes, whatever it is. Then make that your one goal. So you've just got one thing that you're going to try to get from your run. It doesn't matter how serious or not it is, but it's useful to have one. Otherwise, you're just running aimlessly, and that can leave you more frustrated at the end than how you started, because you're just confused as to why you bothered spending the time going out in the first place. What paces are you going to try to aim to run at? Now, this can be a really important one if you struggle to stick to a pace, particularly if you're trying to do a speed session or you're trying to do an easy run. It's really important that you're disciplined in trying to stick to that pace. Where will you run? It's always useful, I think, to have a plan of where, in terms of the locality, you're going to be running, so that you get your footwear right, but also from a safety point of view, so someone knows where you might be or where you are. If you're not back in a certain amount of time, they know where to come and look for you. I know that's a little bit morbid, but it is worthwhile thinking about from a safety point of view. And also the terrain. So, is it going to be where you've got lots of hills? Is it going to be off-road, or is it going to be along the side of footpaths? Is it going to be dark, in which case do you need a head torch? Is it going to be cold? So think about your layers and how you're dressing for the occasion, for the run. And then finally, this is more of a looking at the week as a whole, is, are you getting the balance right between running hard and running easy? Now, this we've kind of touched on before, because we don't want to overtrain or overload the body too much. So the general rule that a lot of people use is to spend 80% of your time, or your amount of miles that you do in a week, running at an easy pace, and only 20% of your time, roughly speaking, working at a faster effort or faster pace. That is just to really kind of protect you from overdoing things and getting injured, getting stress fractures, things like that. Now, that is a very general rule. Some people will be able to do much more faster paced work than others. So this is just a guide, but then you might find that actually you need to do 90% at easy speeds and only 10% at hard speeds, or it might be the other way around for you as well. So it's worth considering, because everybody is different. Now, in terms of, if you're only able to run twice a week, I would say try to run one easy paced run and a quicker run. If you're able to run 3 times a week, I would say run 2 easy runs and 1 quicker effort. If you're able to run 4 times a week, I would say run 2 easy runs, run a tempo kind of paced run, and then a faster run. So that's 4 times a week. Now, if after a while you've been running 3 or 4 times a week consistently, but you're not seeing any improvement, don't seem to be getting any fitter or any faster, then first of all, you need to just think, have you given it a good 3 months? Have you given it 12 weeks? If you have, give it another couple of weeks and see what happens. Or it might just be that you've been doing too much and you need a week off and then get back into it again. If that's not the case and you've been running for 4, 5, 6 months and you're not getting any faster, but you've been running consistently, then I would say that that's maybe the time to go and maybe think about hiring a coach to help you get over this plateau or this issue. Maybe have someone look at your running technique, because it might be that there are some certain things in your running technique that if they were changed or tinkered with, that would be a huge help for you. And I see that all the time with runners I work with. We tinker with something here, something there, practice it, and voila, with hardly any change in terms of effort level, the runners are getting faster because they're much more efficient in how their body is moving. So that's just some tips on how you might want to structure your week's workouts, as well as so we've just been talking about the running in this. The other part of that is thinking about strength and conditioning exercise too. And if you've never done any before, just start with 1 session a week, maybe 10-20 minutes, and then just build things up progressively from there. So maybe do that for 3 or 4 weeks, and then either add in another one or do more. So spend 30 to 40 minutes doing a strength and conditioning session once a week, and see how that goes. But again, you don't want to do too much too soon, and we'll come on to that in another video coming up shortly. Okay, see you in the next video.